What is going on, everybody? The Fundamentally Sound Podcast going live today on YouTube and Facebook, actually. Today's guest, esteemed guest, Lonnie 2K, as everybody likes to call him on Twitter, and, well, like he likes to call himself. I don't know. Lonnie, you want to say hi to the people?
What up, y'all? Sorry it's dark as shit in my room. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no light right now on the game. You know what I'm saying? No lamp yet. Fresh in the new apartment.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Okay, yeah. I was
Yes,
wondering why
sir.
you didn't have a light. I forgot you had a new apartment. Lonnie, fresh off the trip from Louisiana,
Yep.
waiting on that PlayStation 5 to come in.
Waiting for that P5 to get in. It got shipped today. You know what I'm saying? So should be here soon.
Nice,
Should be
nice.
here soon.
Oh, and to a filler. Walmart didn't have them at all whatsoever. Not even on like listed on the website whatsoever. Like nothing, zero zilch.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's one of those things. I lost a bet though. I gotta pay for Lonnie's first PS5 game.
Yes,
So
sir.
I didn't think
He
that
ain't had
he'd
no
get it.
faith in me, y'all. He ain't
I
had no
had
faith.
I had no faith whatsoever. But exciting. The NBA draft just happened yesterday. And for those who live under a rock, for those who don't go on social media, for those who don't check ESPN or go on the internet or watch TV or just about breathe, I'm just letting y'all know that yesterday was the NBA draft. And honestly, it was kind of exciting. There's a lot of trades. You know, Lonnie, what was your initial thoughts of the draft class this year going into it?
I think the draft class was honestly kind of weak. I think the focus of the draft was mostly on the first three players, Edwards, Wiseman, and Ball. I think this draft class was more about, trades and picks for those teams that are coming, not rebuilding, but the teams that missed it this year. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I don't really think the draft was about, I don't think the draft was about the new people coming in, if that makes sense. Because I
Yeah,
feel like we've seen a lot more trade picks or trade ups for these draft picks, so these other teams can get these other, already seasoned NBA players slash veterans. You know what I'm saying?
without a doubt. Uh, I thought it was actually, yeah, I definitely thought it was weak. I mean, whenever. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't watch a whole lot of college basketball every single year. Some years I just like it better, more than others. But I saw enough, like especially that Florida State team, really surprised me. I really like that Florida State team, and that's why they had two lottery picks at 4 and 11 with Devin Vassell and what is his name, Patrick Williams. But Patrick Williams going 4 to the Bulls,
I didn't like that. I thought it
that's
was
just
too high.
it. Just like right there, just shows that like nobody knew where a bunch of people should have gone. Like between 4 and like 15, you're just like sitting here. There's a few questionable moves that are just like those are lottery picks. Like that guy,
Right.
the same guy that I watched, that's a lottery pick. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's just one
Like
of those
these
things.
who these are the people we was waiting on to get drafted.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong though. There was talent, and there's gonna be talent. There's a lot of defensive talent in this draft. I don't know if you recognize that, but literally everything that I saw yesterday,
Yeah,
like highlights of players, it's just defense, defense, defense.
yeah, definitely. And I'm not gonna say it's the first time I've seen it in a draft, but it is a very long time since they showed a lot of defensive players, like defensive highlights instead of their offensive game, which I honestly I appreciate because I mean let's be honest, everybody focuses more on offense nowadays than the defense. You know what I'm saying?
Without a doubt. No, but overall, both of us think that the draft class is weak. Nothing too spectacular. Jump right into some news real quick. So Clay, ACL, Achilles.
Yeah, man. Same thing that he had that Kobe injury, man. That shit is sad because if I don't know how much you guys actually watch or how much you seen on Twitter, but Clay was like already practicing before the NBA Finals even hit. So he was working on getting healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uh, I want to know what happened. I want to know where he was and what he was doing when it happened because he's
Yeah,
probably working out doing something. But I want to know what he was doing.
Exactly.
Because I'm curious, like, how do you tear an Achilles when you're probably just putting on like a one-on-one individual workout? I mean, it's very possible, but usually you're probably not going like full 100% in the off season on like before training camp. Kind of want to rest up. I don't know. That's just something I want to know. But
Right.
now over the past few days, so Monday was the official lifting of the veil for trades. What did you think about the Drew Holiday trade?
I honestly feel like the Pelicans disrespected him, bro. But I'm not gonna say I was shook or surprised because it is the NBA. I just felt like they shouldn't have gave him up because what was the point? What was the reason of really giving him up? You know what I'm saying? He
Facts.
was your best player, your best two way. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so it's like y'all they need that. Lonzo Ball needed him too, just as much as Drew Holiday needed the team. He definitely needed that. Like the Pelicans definitely need him defensively. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
not too much offensively, but defensively. He's their defensive leader. You
And
know?
yeah, it. I don't know. Drew is very, very underrated. I definitely think that he's gonna go and really kind of help carry that team. May even run point guard for him now, which he hasn't done in a few years.
Yeah.
He's really been a shooting guard for the Pelicans. I think ever since he's been there. So
Yeah, because they let Zoe run the one.
yeah, so definitely without a doubt, he's probably going to be running point guard again. That Bogdanovich trade is now being investigated. For those who don't know, Bogdan Bogdanovich was supposed to be traded from the Kings in a sign and trade, going to the Bucks, but now he's basically saying I never agreed to it, and is now going in as an unrestricted free agent. And it's a giant mess, honestly. That's just ridiculous. He's stupid beyond all belief. If he goes and joins that team, he was averaging like 17 points off the bench last year for the Kings. He could immediately be like thrown into the starting lineup. Like you're looking at a very good championship caliber team. And whether or not the Bulls remain the choke artist, or the Bucks remain the choke artists that they are, is that's just a question mark at the end of the day. But now obviously, well, actually, who do you think got a better deal? The Bucks or my fault, the Pelicans or the Thunder in terms of the CP3 trade?
Man, in my personal opinion, I think the Thunder did, but I think they're gonna be dumb if they really do try to get rid of Kelly Oubre. I
Right,
feel like people are just tossing Kelly Oubre around like he was just some regular player, which
like
is
a
not the
scrub.
case. Like Kelly Oubre is a very good role player, and obviously for the Suns, I don't know however many people watch the Suns, but if you watch the Suns basketball, when he was playing with D Book, he very much complimented D Book in ways that people don't actually watch him play. If that makes sense, like Kelly Oubre, he wasn't a 25 plus point guy, but he's definitely gonna get you those 20 points a game, a
Right.
couple rebounds and steals. Like I
No, without a
think
doubt.
so. I think the Thunder, if they play it right, the Thunder, they shouldn't want to give him up.
Yeah, I
But
just
if
want to know
they
what they're gonna get from the Warriors. The Warriors have they're
me
gonna have
me
back end draft picks.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're going to gain, but if the Warriors do get their hands on Kelly Oubre, I think that's going to be a very, very good Warriors team, even though Clay's down right now.
18.7 points, 45% from field goal range, 6 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. That's very solid for a person that was the third option probably on that team outside of
Exact
DeAndre and
and D
Devin Book.
Book
Yeah,
exactly. Also, another trade that I liked was Ricky Rubio going back to the Timberwolves. I think now that I feel like with Ricky Rubio being on the Suns, he kind of knows how to lead better versus when he was younger before
right.
his ACL tear.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that trade is just going to be good if he can help uh, get Edwards' mind on the right track with Cat. I think they might be able to do some serious damage in the West,
We're
like
looking
maybe
at
like 7th, 8th seed type, for their first
right.
year.
We're looking at a Ricky Rubio, Anthony Edwards, Cat, and then they're probably gonna fill the two or the three and the four with somebody. Who knows just yet? But that's not terrible. It's definitely better than what most people have. And if you put like I would say like if you get like another veteran to start at the 4 or even the 3, I think that's solid. I think you can make it. You just got to build out your your bench, good
Yeah.
enough, you know. But the trade was snap crackle! Breaking news! Here we go. From Woj right now, Thunder send Kelly Oubre to the Warriors for a
Uh
2021 protected first round pick. It is now
oh.
Steph, Oubre, Draymond, and Wiseman. That is tough.
That is nice.
You got 30 points a game from freaking Curry. You got now probably going to be 20 because he's going to be the second perimeter option outside of Curry with Oubre. And you got Draymond doing whatever it is that Draymond does. Uh, and then you have Wiseman, who I think is going to come in and immediately probably get about, I say 16 points a game.
Yeah, honestly, he's even though he didn't play that many games in college, he's actually he was pretty solid high school player too, man. I like his game. I
Number
think
one overall recruit.
he played very well, for him to be what he is at his height and to be coached by Penny Hardaway, bro, in high school and in college.
Mm-hmm.
James Wiseman, he very much got a lot of potential, yo.
So, honestly, it was Rubio, Oubre, Ty Jerome, Jalen LeCue. That's even more news coming in from the what's it called, trade. Anyway, for Abdel Nader and Chris Paul. And obviously there was draft picks thrown in there. But, wow. Yeah, that's a haul for a point guard that's like, what, 34 years old?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a haul. I definitely think that the Thunder got the better end of the deal, even though the Bucks got three. No, they gave up 3 first-round picks for him for Drew. It's spread out over the next few years, and honestly, that Thunder team is going to be very fun to watch next year.
Yeah, definitely, man.
A bunch of young kids just going out there, basically probably playing street ball because they're not going to have any kind of veteran presence.
And I feel like Chris Paul, I feel like he did a good job with the players that are still there to be able for them to go in the next season and be like, all right, I know what we can do, what we're capable of.
Bro, Shot is about to go off.
Yeah, man. Phenomenal player, dude. Probably
crazy.
Man, he's a phenomenal player. And whoever slept on him in the draft when he was coming in, ridiculous. I'm honestly glad the Thunder went and picked him up.
It's going to be a really fun team to watch. A few other deals: Landry Shamet to Brooklyn, and Kennard to the Clips, and the Pistons got the 19th overall pick. Does Kennard make any splash with the Clippers?
Yes, man. Kennard is he was actually, when he was at Duke, he was one of my favorite college players at the time. I like his game, smooth left-handed guy. Very good at passing the ball. He could be a point guard. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna do some damage for the Clippers. Honestly,
he's gonna be that JJ Redick role.
Yeah, most definitely. And he's such a good shooter, man. Catch and shoot off the dribble. People don't really realize that his mid-range game is very, very, very deadly, man. Like one of the best.
Anywhere outside the paint, he's lethal.
Yes.
Without a doubt. And then Horford to the Thunder in what has to be the craziest trade I think I've ever seen in my life. Horford at a first and a second for Danny Green and Terrence Ferguson. That is the biggest one-sided deal I've ever seen in my life. That is the worst trade I've ever seen in my life. I don't think there's a bigger lopsided trade. Nope. Definitely without a doubt. Biggest lopsided trade I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Moving on, because I want to open up enough time as possible for the draft, because that's what today's video or today's live stream is about, the NBA draft. Now, any major surprises at number 1 with Minnesota?
No. I mean, I think it was I think the only thing they got to watch out for him is his attitude towards the game.
Yeah, his motor. Like, honestly, I want him to quit saying, oh, I really don't like basketball. I'm just here to be here, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why?
And that he's a rapper. Like, come on, bro. Play the game, but play the game first before you start saying you're a rapper, man.
Aspiring rapper, his words. All right, so full breakdown. Winners. Who won? Just starting it off. Who won this draft?
I'm gonna actually go with the Warriors, man, because especially now with getting Kelly Oubre,
Hmm.
James Wiseman pretty good. Curry's coming back. Draymond's back. You got James Wiseman. I mean, not James Wiseman. Kelly Oubre. Now, and you still got Eric Paschal. You know, they still got a pretty good bench out there. So, yeah, man, I think the Warriors low key might have won it with just being able to get Wiseman, get Kelly Oubre, and that's who I personally think won the draft this year.
So I have a 1A and a 1B because it was just hard, in my opinion, to choose. But I have to say 1A has to be Philly. You know, Philly came out here. They drafted Tyrese Maxey which was great. He just needs to be a little bit more efficient from shooting, but
Yeah,
he feels a role instantly. He's an outside presence. Like he has the ability. You know, against every top 5 team, he was averaging over 20 plus. Every top 25 team that he played, over 20 plus every single game.
yep,
But he's he's not the only thing that I liked. Now, see, they came in and they really went hard at trying to find talent in the second round. They got Theo Maledon from France, who was very overlooked in my opinion. Maledon got a lot of hype and a lot of buzz, and people thought that he was going to go first round. Well, then COVID happened. He wasn't able to come over and show his skills. I just think that he got robbed out of being a first round draft pick. And I think that they got a very good, very slept on player in the second round, but we'll see. And then they went out and got Tyler Bay with 2 picks after. And then after that, they got Isaiah Joe at 49 from Arkansas. I don't know him. And then they got DePaul player that really was probably the only good player on DePaul last year. And DePaul was actually, I believe, was last year the year that they were ranked? I can't remember. But they're trying to hit, is what I'm trying to say. They got probably the most draft capital ever out of everybody. And I
yeah,
think that they're going to hit on at least 2 of these guys that could be really big for their team next season off the bench. They're not going to be like super good, but some out of those 4 picks in the second round, 2 of them are going to have to be very solid role players, I believe.
yeah, most definitely.
And then 1B definitely has to be uh, with their tons of draft capital as well. New Orleans. New Orleans now got a point guard from Alabama, which is kind of questionable because they got Zoe, but he can move to the 2. Pretty good shooter, can handle the ball, can play make, just really kind of do it all with a little bit kind of iffy on defense. But that's what you have Zoe for. And then you take that and you turn it into you go into the second round where they got Nick Richards, who's very good in college at Kentucky. He was very good, and they got Elijah Hughes from Syracuse before Nick Richards. Once again, very good tenured player at Syracuse. I think it's just solid picks. I think they made their picks correctly. I think that they're picking to kind of my fault. They got Sam Merrill, shooting guard, Utah State. Probably won't be on the roster. Last pick of the draft. But it's just one of those things. You pick solid players that you know what you're going to get now, so that way potentially you can turn something or make something out of nothing. Because you have a solid team that can still probably contend for that second spot because Bi is now going to be thrust into a bigger role. Lonzo's going to be thrust into a bigger role. They're going to get all those first round draft picks that they had, last year with Zion and Jackson Hayes and etc. I think it contends for the probably about the 7th seed. I say that they make it comfortably into the 7th seed, maybe bounce to the 8th seed. But I definitely think they make the playoffs, and it's one of those teams, like you said with the Timberwolves, it's like they're going to be fun to watch because they have kind of veteran leadership with very young talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
But
I'm excited to see what the Pelicans could do, man. I like Lonzo and Zion together personally because I just like you said, it's just fun to watch them throw them lobs. You know, Zion's becoming a way better player than he was in high school and college now. But I mean, it was given because he's an NBA talent. But it's fun to watch Zion's progress. From when people didn't think he would be able to adjust to now that he's adjusting and he's making plays and he's making the Pelicans that much better. just by how strong and athletic he is. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, timeout.
So
Yeah,
I could definitely agree with you.
yeah, no, without a doubt. I just, yeah, it's very fun. Oh my goodness gracious! So actually, I didn't know this, but so my boy out there, Kyle, um, I didn't know, but usually comments are supposed to come through. I have a screen right here. Comments are supposed to come through this screen, and I have not been able to see them, so that's why I wasn't able to talk to chat because he just Snapchatted me saying talk to chat. So my apologies on that one. But I do have the comment section open, and I just wasn't getting anything. And then I just popped over to Facebook, and there they are. He's saying that Toppin could be the steal of the draft, could be top 20. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he was just basically agreeing, like, yeah, he could have been top 20 in this draft. It's just, it's one of those things. I believe that Toppin could be the steal because he has such a high motor, because he has such, like, once again, it just goes back to it. You know what you're getting right now. He was a 4-year player. You know what you're going to get right now today. The Knicks are going to come out. They're going to get a great player that can definitely space the floor, that can definitely play competent defense. I'm not going to say it's great, and he's so fun to watch. Obi Toppin was the most fun player to watch in college basketball last season.
Facts.
He made everybody look like boys, honestly.
He
But
did.
moving on.
Like his game.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. So losers.
Man,
I feel like this isn't hard.
it is hard.
Really? Who's your team?
I'm rock. I'm a rock with the Rockets, man. Even though it's a possibility that James Harden might be out the door.
That's tragic.
It is. It is
How's
very
your week
much.
been?
It's very much as tragic, but I've always liked the Rockets. So
Let me ask. Are you giving up James Harden without Kyrie or Kevin Durant in that trade?
man, no, hell no. Cause what I'm gonna do? I got Russell Westbrook left. I got to give up my best scorer because my best scorer wants to go play with fucking Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, which I don't blame them because they definitely gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But I can't, man. If I'm the Rockets, I can't give that up. Even though I'm losing to LeBron, you know.
I mean, I think you got to just come out with the King's ransom of
Yeah,
draft picks. You're probably not going to get Kyrie or Kevin because they want to make a big three.
yeah. I mean, there's no way. It's no way that the Rockets are. Actually, I can't even say that, man, because I've been seeing a lot of dumb stuff before.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
the Brooklyn trade.
Yeah, man. So it wouldn't surprise me if we seen something.
Getting Joe, freaking Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett whenever they're like 40 and thinking that you're going to go to a title. 3 draft picks out the door like it was nothing. But anyway, going back to it, losers of the draft. Losers of the draft.
This is very tough for me.
I think it's easy. You want me to go first? You can
Yeah. Who would you say were the losers, man?
Honestly, it was Chicago.
You think so?
Yeah, you have the number 4 pick, and you go out and get Patrick Williams, who even what's his name, Ryan Russillo, I think is his name. He was saying on the Pardon My Take podcast, he was like, yeah, he's good until he has to shoot the ball or dribble the ball, and then he's kind of like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Why would you do anything? Why would you make a gamble at the number 4 pick with a guy like that whenever you have this scout right here saying that he's very questionable? Whenever you got guys like Onyeka Okongwu, Killian Hayes, Isaac Okoro, you could have got Isaac Okoro, very solid, kind of defender. He's the best defender in the draft, without a doubt. Isaac Okoro is a winner, best defender in the draft, and is a great slasher mid-range player. Needs to get a 3 ball. Now, I think it's hard not to say that. And then you come in the second round, and you get Marko Simonovic from Serbia. Is this guy even going to play?
I mean, is the guy good?
Probably not.
I've never heard of him before. I didn't. Yeah, I honestly didn't hear of him until the draft.
I highly doubt it. I really don't. Uh, yeah, I'll look him up. Go ahead and say it. I'll look him up right now. And look at that. He actually pops up first person after you type up Marco. They will stash second. Oh, so the Bulls will stash second round pick Simonovic for at least a year. Dude looks like he's 34 years old.
34 and he just got drafted.
Bro, what? Bro, the Bulls lost this draft. You draft a 34-year-old and you draft a dude that can't shoot with the number 4 overall pick. Nah, you
Yeah,
lost this draft.
yeah,
No.
they're done.
Who do you got? Anybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bulls.
Okay. Another person that I was considering would be Sacramento. You don't need Tyrese Halliburton.
Hell no.
Tillman can't do anything outside of the paint. It was just bad. It was just bad watching these bad teams make bad decisions. Now, moving on from that, steal the draft. So Kyle already said that he thinks that it was Toppin going 9 when I thought that he was a top 5 talent. Steal of the draft for you.
This may sound crazy, but I'm gonna say Miles Powell, man. Personally, I think even though he went undrafted, signed with the Knicks, I feel I kept saying this last night too. I said the best player, well, not the best player, but the best pick for anybody would be Miles Powell. One, he was the Big East Player of the Year. He was on the All-American first team. Very, 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 very underrated guy who went undrafted, which I don't understand why. I think the Knicks, if the Knicks can use him right, he's going to be deadly, and he's going to be that star that he's the next Fred VanVleet, in my opinion. If I'm not gonna say we because I'm not a Knicks fan, but if the Knicks can build or somewhat become a smarter team and start like, okay, we got some decent players, now we need to get some veterans. You know, people ain't been to New York in a while, but they can get somewhere if they can get different pieces of the puzzle together, not necessarily build around Miles because they still got Julius Randle, who I think is a phenomenal player still, but if they can get some more players. Miles Powell he's the next Fred VanVleet, honestly.
I think that he'll be a more prolific scorer than, and you and I talked about this last night through text.
Yeah.
We were very, we were wondering, scratching heads about where he was at, where he was going, and why wasn't he drafted. And Marcus Howard's the same way too. Marcus Howard has the potential, I think, to be more of a Fred VanVleet, and I think Miles Powell kind of has more of like a, it's so hard. He's a shooting guard that can also play the 3. Honestly, he kind of gives me like BI vibes, but not as like serious on the defensive side like BI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like BI is very skilled on the offensive side, without a doubt. Nobody's ever saying that. He can finish. He can shoot the midi. He can shoot the 3. He can spot up. He can handle the ball. I think that's Miles Powell in every sense on the offensive side. He just needs to get better on defense.
Yeah.
But it's kind of outrageous how, maybe a questionable defensive tag doesn't get drafted. Or makes him like go undrafted.
Yeah, he's definitely. If he wasn't the end of the first round, he definitely should have been a high to mid second round, not an undrafted player. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Marcus Howard, man. He was definitely high in the first, high first or mid.
Another first round or first team All American, unanimous, both of them.
Yep.
Now, oh bro, I didn't even mention this in my steals. Nico Mannion.
To the Warriors, yes.
To the Warriors.
I like that right there. Great point guard. He's going to learn from Steph Curry. He's going to be, I forgot all about that, man. That was an excellent pickup.
I literally was like just looking at it because I'll throw this out there here in a second, but I was literally just looking at that and like they grabbed him all the way at the 48.
Yeah, man. And I can't believe that many people passed up on his ability. I feel like he has great court vision. He's a great ball handler. He's athletic. He has a pretty decent mid range, a pretty decent 3. Like, Dude, that was a solid pickup, and I can't believe a lot of people actually passed up on him. But then again, how many people really do watch Arizona basketball?
Right, exactly. Uh, Now Cassius Stanley to the Pacers. I don't like
Ooh,
Cash. I don't. It was so hard. Cassius Stanley was so inconsistent last year. In the little that we got to see of them, I could go either way. I could actually see him being. Bro, this is who it reminds me of. I figured it out now. Miles Powell reminds me exactly of Oladipo. Exactly like Oladipo. Like, can
think
score
so?
off the. Yeah, I think so. Because, like, you think about it, Oladipo's great around the rim. He's a good shooter all around. I think that Miles Powell has a little bit better of a 3-pointer, but on the defensive side, Depot out of college wasn't really fantastic. I mean,
That
he
is
was
very
he
true.
was thin, and he really couldn't man up on anybody that was stronger than him or bigger than him. But he reminds me a lot. Like, you coming off screens, pulling like at will, and he'll give you a bucket. I just think that he just needs to get better on defense. But yeah, without a doubt, I think Victor Oladipo for Miles
Yo,
Powell.
now that you said that, man, I can see that, bro. That's a pretty good. That was a pretty good comparison, honestly.
Like, it's just I don't know a lot of Depot's game because Depot's like he's an all star and
Yes,
he's a borderline superstar. Just needs to get back right from his injury. But I just I don't know. There's a lot of similarities. That's just all I'm gonna say.
yeah, that was a good comparison. I would have never thought of that. But
But going back to it, Kenyon Martin Jr. and Jay Scrub, literally probably Mr. Scrub himself, from John A. Logan Junior College, went before Miles Powell. Both
those,
of them. A guy from Charleston went before Miles Powell. Bro, like, I just, these are just back end picks. Like, we're talking 52, 55, 56. I'm just shook. But, uh, also to add, Oklahoma City, to add to a young, I just want to throw this out there. Oklahoma City added Emmanuel quickly. They added Cassius Winston. And hold on, wait. I thought they had one more pick. Maybe not. Maybe not. But they added two solid players. I mean, Quickly's a really good shooter, and Cassius Winston, you don't know what Cassius is going to give you, honestly.
yeah, never.
I don't know. We'll see. But solid 4-year player all year round. All American, second, first team. But anyway, no, without a doubt, my steal of the draft has to be Tyrese Maxey or Isaiah Stewart.
I,
Portland got Portland got a top talent, super high motor. Can't really shoot, but can kind of pull from the mid range, like free throw area. I did watch 3 of his games, 2 against Oregon, and 1 against USC because Washington's in the Pac-12. Very impressive. I was very impressed from head to toe, and Isaiah Stewart killed it. Can literally dunk on anybody, block shots, very mobile, very good on defense. I think they got a lottery talent at the 16 spot. That's just me.
I agree. I
I
agree.
want I want to ask though, Cole Anthony to Orlando.
Ooh, I think it actually might be good, or it can be very very bad. Cause I say very very bad because it seemed like he was very much injury prone. He was fighting a lot of injuries. You know, he even said it himself. He was
Mm-hmm.
battling a lot of injuries himself. So
Yeah.
it's like if he's healthy, I think he's gonna help Markel Fultz out. You know, hopefully Jonathan Isaac comes back. You know, even though they said he's out for the season, uh, which
Oh
I
yeah,
think
ACL tear.
I think he's a pretty smart guy. So I'm gonna say he's gonna sit out the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you never know with people these days, man. Everybody loves the game so much that they're gonna sacrifice their bodies to play to win. And I
Right.
think Jonathan Isaac is definitely one of those guys who's gonna be like, all right, I think I can go, and he's gonna go.
No, without a doubt.
So I mean, I think it like I said, it's Cole Anthony. I love the dude. Great point guard. Great finisher around the rim. But if he's not healthy, then it was very much a wasted draft pick.
Do you think working out with all those NBA players over the summer kind of took a toll on his body, and that's why he went, or that's why he got injury prone?
Most likely, and he was definitely struggling during the college season as well. Like with injuries,
Mm,
not with his play at all, but with his
no, not at
injuries.
all.
But yeah, I think if he stays healthy, that was a great pickup.
No, without a doubt, and that's why he was also being considered. Whenever I was looking at this earlier, he was definitely being considered as my steal because he went at 15, and a lot of people were projecting him as a top five talent before the year started. Um, but I don't know. I couldn't bring myself. I like Isaiah Stewart so much, and I want to see what he can do backing up Nurkic for a little while before he leaves. Being that he's 90 years old, basically in terms of his health. But we'll see. Um, a reach. I've already said that Patrick Williams, but I will say another one. I'll give you um, a reach. Who reached to get somebody whenever they could have traded down and could have made that could have got him at like 17, 18.
I think the Bulls reached, bro. Like I don't really like the number 4 draft pick. I ain't like his game, bro. That's me personally. Anybody who actually watches him, they might agree with me. Maybe not. They might just think that was a good pickup, but I personally don't think so. I think the Bulls, if they actually really wanted him, could have got him later. My
Now,
personal opinion.
mine is Jalen Smith. Uh, I love Jalen Smith. I really do. He's becoming an all-around Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam. Siakam, right? That's how you say it?
Yeah,
Why does it sound so weird coming out of my mouth? But he reminds me of a Pascal and a very prototypical, but to the T. Like if you watched him play like I did, I liked Jalen Smith in the last 3 years that he was there at Maryland, and he's just. I think you could have got him at 17. I'm not saying it's a waste of a pick because, I mean, Phoenix just got a great power forward slash backup center. Who was their power forward last year? Do you know?
I do
The
not remember actually.
Phoenix. Let me just look that up. But
Baines, Baines.
was it Aaron Baines?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Baines was backup for. I want to say he was the backup forward center, and he started some games for the Suns.
Okay. No, Dario Saric.
Yeah. Oh yeah, him
Saric,
too.
that's who it was. Who actually they tendered? Who Dario and Javon Carter are both going to be unrestricted free agents. Or my fault, restricted free agents. My fault because they sent up qualifying offers. But Tyshawn Alexander from Creighton actually signed with the Suns as well. Um, yeah.
I think that's a solid pickup for the Suns too.
Do you know who Marcus Howard went to?
I know a little bit of him, don't know too much of him. But
Nuggets.
what I was watching from the oh another RJ Hampton, yo. Did you see his reaction when he got drafted by the Bucks?
No. What do
Oh
you do?
my, bro, his family just looked so disappointed. Like they was like really the Bucks, but I think he ended up being on. He's with the Nuggets now, I think.
Wow. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he was traded to the Nuggets.
Yeah,
Uh,
his family they man, you got if you get the chance, go back and watch it because RJ Hampton's family was not happy about that at all.
I mean, I just think that they thought that he was gonna be a top like lottery pick. I thought that I really feel like they thought that this kid was gonna go and put up a piss poor performance in Australia, and then get in the lottery.
Yeah,
Like that. That's not how it works, bro. Like you showed nothing. If Lamelo obviously showed out more than you did, and it was in the same environment, and went number 3, he actually put up good numbers. That's what you should have done. Not this inconsistent. I came off the bench for like 3 games, and then went up against Lamelo and had a good game, and then that was the only shine that I got.
right. From just playing LaMelo Ball one time.
Do you think that it was a steal though at 24? Great athlete, but Everything else is kind of questionable in my opinion. Um, one more person that I wanted to talk about before we kind of try to wrap it up here. Peyton Pritchard, point guard from Oregon.
Which player?
Peyton Pritchard.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know too much about him, but I've heard of him. He was one of those people that was like saying he was a good shooter, something like a good outside shooter, something like that.
Yeah, he was Oregon's only good player. White guy, point
Yeah.
guard.
Oh yeah.
Could like freaking launch it from the moon.
Yeah.
And carried them to the Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, he was. I seen a couple of his highlights. I think he's a really good player.
Yeah. I think Boston got a good backup point guard for Kimba. He kind of reminds me of Kimba, but he can. I think he has a higher ceiling because he's taller than Kimba. Another one was Malachi Flynn from San Diego State. I don't know if you heard about him, but that San Diego State team that was like undefeated, like the second. No, I think they were the last undefeated team, right? I can't remember.
In Division One, yeah.
Yeah. So Malachi Flynn was actually their point guard. Super good defensively, like super good defensively. Needs to tone his offensive game, but that's another. He went to Toronto. He's immediately gonna fill Van Vliet's spot when he leaves. Who, if you think
Yeah,
about
most
it,
definitely.
Van Vliet is actually rumored to be going to the Knicks. I don't know if you know
That is not. I don't think that's a good idea. Personally, that's my personal opinion.
He's gonna get the starting role, but they have 5 point guards. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
if they sign him. Yeah.
Come on, Los. We can catch them when they run out.
That's questionable. It's very questionable. But anyway, all right, we're gonna start wrapping this up. For all those who joined in to the chat, thank you, Kyle. But to all those who watch, gave it a like on YouTube, gave it a like on Facebook. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate the support. Nothing super in depth. I know that we usually go for longer, but I'm kind of trying to dial it down to under hour. I mean, I don't know. Lonnie, do you really watch hour-long things?
So it depends on what it is.
Like
if it's
videos.
sports, definitely.
Okay.
You're talking
I can
about
understand
sport, I'm with it.
that. Okay. I can see that, but no, I really appreciate you, Lonnie, being on. Your last second fill, but always good having you on.
Good talk.
Definitely always want it on, and definitely always allowed back on whenever you want to be on. But that's gonna be it for today. Lonnie, any last shout outs?
Man, y'all do what y'all do. Shout out to my dog Los. Matter of fact, shout out to my dog Los.
Hey, and you know what? Look, I know that I don't know if Los is listening or not, but I want to give a shout out to Los. He's had a rough last couple of weeks. His grandmother, actually his great grandmother, actually passed away, and we just want to say that all love to Los. We really appreciate you, my guy. Much love to you.
Thanks.
And we're glad.
Oh my guy.
Yeah, we're glad that you're back at your house. We're glad that you're safe. And Brody, we lift you up through these hard times.
Definitely.
Always here for you, bro.
Always with him.
Always with him. Always riding with him. But anyway, that's gonna be it. We will see y'all on the next episode. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace.